How's it going, everybody? Blake here with Blake's Builds. It is a cold Sunday afternoon. It's like 30 degrees outside. I've had the propane heater in here going. Had to shut it off for a minute so I could talk to y'all. Today, we're going to hook up the electrical for the fuel pumps. Fuel pumps. I'm only running one pump right now, but I have future-proofed me for 2 pumps in the future. So we'll hook up both lines for the new fuel pump. I'll just be pulling the fuse out of it because, no need to run it, or the relay. But anyways, that's here nor there. So both fuel pumps, a transmission cooler fan that's mounted underneath the bed, and both of the HD electric fans that are put in there. Yeah. So a little bit of wiring today. Not my favorite, but we can get it done. After digging through and trying to figure out, I'm going to mount everything back here. It's out of the way. Only thing that is going to change is, let me grab this, is I have to take into account that this guy, however, gets mounted in there. Not a big deal. That's really the only thing that's going to be in the way. I've kind of halfway mocked up before starting the video, and everything should fit just fine. Let me show you what I have so far. This is what I have made so far. Just kind of ignore all that. I was going to try to use just standard relays, and there just wasn't enough room. I didn't like it, so I purchased this unit off of Amazon for like $25, $30, but it's a 6 relay. It's fused. That's one thing I really wanted. I made these at work. Well, on my off time at work, but it's just kind of a positive and negative distribution block because I want to pull everything from here. So yeah, not a big deal, but I guess we can get wiring. That's my neat little, that's how I've decided to mount it. I've made a little bracket. Only issue is the back of it. It's hard to tell, but it's not square. I didn't realize that the mounting ears, one of them's longer than the other. One's taller than the other, but one of them's also longer than the other, so I didn't catch that. Not a big deal. These are the holes I'm going to use to mount it down. But anyways, let's see what we can do. So all 5 items that I'm going to be connecting to this are what I consider high amperage. The fans, the fuel pumps can pull up to like 30 amps. So it has 2, it looks like 10 gauge, but two going in, supplying every single relay. I do not like that. So I think what I'm going to do is try to add in a couple more power taps for these fuses that supply, the power to everything. So after some finding in my little bitty screwdriver, I was able to get all the tabs. You see them in there? Yeah, you can see straight through on that top row. All them tabs pushed out of the way so this would slide out. It was not easy. All right, so I've got all the powers run. It's like a bus bar that all of them connect to. That was a pain in the butt to try to get back in. It probably took me 45 minutes. So you can buy a kit online that none of this is pinned. You have to go through and add all your own wiring. But honestly, if I was going to do it again, I would buy the kit that was not pre-wired. So that way I could add in sufficient wiring to support what I'm going to be doing. This wire should be fine. It's all you know, 10 gauge, or maybe not 10 gauge, but 12 gauge. I don't know, I'm gonna look into that, but I'm gonna immediately go to on the longer runs to 10 gauge. So I'm gonna ask an electrician about that, but I don't know. I think it's looking pretty good though. Quick coat of paint later. There you go. Fits nice right up in that corner. And then, let's see if I can do this one-handed. I trimmed a little bit underneath there because nothing's going on. Look at that. Perfect. I can still get in there to do the fuses. This tie bar is going to be in the way, but it's not going to be impossible to get in there if I blow a fuse on the road or something. But I am tickled pink about that. This is what I've chose to connect a lot of the stuff to the battery. I'm still going to use the factory, you know, harness, but I'm already got one side on. I took the protective covering off of it, and it just kind of helps sandwiches it in there. There's one already on there for the positive. So this is what I bought. I got it off eBay, I think. It's got a 0 gauge, a 4 gauge, and then 2 8 gauge. So the Holley Terminator needs to be powered directly from the battery. So this is why I went this route. I thought about putting in a new battery, putting in a top post. I was like, man, I didn't want to spend the money right now on a new battery. I've spent way too much money, but this is what I decided to go with. Well, I think they're going to work out. Everything looks great so far. I'm going to be able to run everything through the fuse box under that cover. It's going to look really clean. So there is the factory look. Of course, that is broken piece, but oh yeah, I'm tickled pink with that for sure. Gonna be clean-ish, not really. This is my remote mounted trans cooler. There's a 12-volt fan mounted to the other side. It's like an 80-watt. It's a real small fan. I had a relay and everything back here with a temperature switch. But with the Terminator, I'm able to control all that from the Terminator. So pulled all the wire back, and I'm running a new positive and negative, which, you know, I could just ground it to the chassis and do all that. But I got a nice bus bar up there for my negative, so I'm going to continue running this all the way up to the front. It's the next day. I've got everything mounted up. Off camera, I pulled the fuse panel back off and cut down the power out wires and completely removed the normally closed wire. There's no need for it there. It just would be something that could arc out and cause me issues in the future. So I just went ahead and proactively pulled it out. You can't see. Maybe you can. Oh, yeah, so that wire running up, that is for the transmission cooler fan. It's hooked up. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it works. I do have a charger on it, but I just got just the power for this bus bar going, so there's no chance the truck did anything weird. But yeah. Now we're moving on to the fans. The fans are wired up. I already actually blew one of the fuses testing. So a 20 amp fuse is not enough for these large HD fans, and looking like I'm gonna need at least a 25, but that's moving a lot of air. So that works. Rear fan still working too. Awesome. Next step will be the fuel pumps. There we go. Of course, I got everything still labeled and tied up because I still need to hook it up to the Terminator because that's going to control everything. But All my grounds are on. That's my power feeds. Everything's, I got all the fuses pulled just because I don't need any. I was testing certain stuff and I didn't want to activate it. Now I don't even have it on there. Anyways, I'm pretty happy with that. And once I get the blue tape off there, let me grab the cover for that box so you can see what it looks like. This is what it's going to look like. Tucked right back here in the corner. Granted, all them white wires will be tied up and the painter's tape will be gone, but that's how it's gonna look. I can still get in here and change out everything. You know, if I got a fuse issue, I can still get to it, which is amazing. Oh, very pleased. Very pleased. Once I'm done, I'm gonna get this engine bay cleaned up. It's had a radiator blowout on me a couple years ago, and that's what all that is. You can actually go back in my older videos and see where I replaced that radiator. But anyways, awesome. So that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope maybe you got a better idea of the steps involved at wiring up. Maybe you got some ideas. Maybe you have some better ideas, and I would love to hear them down in the comments. As always, if you liked the video, give me a like. If you hated the video, you can dislike it, but at least go down in the comments and tell me why you disliked it, just so I can make it better. Maybe you don't like the way I look. I am pretty funny looking, but it is what it is. Yeah. Again, just thank you, and God bless.